Hi, guys. Welcome back to Pastor M's Corner, where I share all things kids ministry. If you know of a senior pastor, kids director, kids pastor, someone who could benefit from listening to this that would help their kids ministry, I just have a desire to share some of the things that I've learned over the years and some things I'm super passionate about. So today I want to talk about something called utility players. All right. This is one of my favorite things that I have been able to do and love in kids ministry. We have amazing teams, don't we? I mean, our kids ministry teams are awesome. They do the craziest stuff. I don't think anyone in the church really truly understands what a kids team member really does. You put on so many hats, it's insane, right? And what you want to do is you want to get really good at really seeing what people enjoy doing in kids ministry. You're going to have people that really love to be with babies, but they do not like anyone older than like a 2-year-old, okay? And that's okay. You really got to accept that. That you're going to have people that are like, I love babies. I'll hang with them. I'll hang with toddlers maybe, but please don't ever put me with the 3-year-old. Please don't ever put me with the 5-year-old, right? You need to know that and you need to respect that, okay? I know sometimes you're going to be in a position where it just feels like you have no choice and you ask them, and if they're okay with it, that's fine. Maybe doing that to them once or twice, but if you do that to someone all the time, they're just going to feel like you're just like using them, okay? So be careful what you do. You want to hear them, right? And you want to hear people that say they like big kids, but man, they could never change a diaper. They're like, no, please never put me with a little one. I can't do it. I can't deal with the tantrums, right? And they just like the older kids. You're going to have people that love to teach. You're going to have people that love to do worship. You're going to have people that don't want to do any of that. They literally just want to be a helper. And you have to understand what that looks like, right? You need to be really good at assigning roles and figuring that out. But one of the best things that you can do, there are people on your team who literally will tell you in the beginning, I'm open to anything. I'm good. Put me wherever. Doesn't matter, right? You need to lock that in your brain. And then what you need to do is you need to watch them in different settings. You need to put them on purpose in different settings with different kids. Get them really like comfortable and acclimated and having fun with maybe their own group of kids, see how that goes, and then transition them to something else, and then transition them to something else. Give them opportunities, right, to teach, opportunities to lead a worship, maybe opportunities to be in different age groups. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to call that person a utility player. That person, maybe not, I mean, you can call it to their face if you want to. You can tell them, hey, do you mind being called that? Or do you want to be like, it's an extra level of leadership. You're someone that can literally go wherever I need you. How many of us know in kids ministry, there are so many call-ins, it's not even funny. I don't think anyone even gets how bad it is in kids ministry, because here's the deal. A lot of people call in not because they're just like don't want to come in. A lot of people call in because they get sick, or they have kids that get sick, or they don't want to get children sick, right? Or they had something come up, an emergency, right? People don't always call in just because they don't feel like coming. I rarely ever think that's why people call in, but it happens a lot. And even if you have 1 or 2 call-ins on a Sunday, I've been on Sundays where I've had like 6, 7, 8 call-ins, and it is like the hardest thing in the world. I don't think anyone understands what it's like, because it's not just like serving something, right? It's not just being maybe at a door or being grabbing something for someone. You are literally taking care of kids. So when people call in, guess what? The number of leaders gets smaller, but the number of kids gets larger. And it is so intimidating and scary when you have more than one person call in. You never want to just kind of chance that and let that just kind of happen, right? You want what I call utility players. If there are people in your ministry who are so good at being with all age groups and they love it and you can plug them in anywhere, those are the people you want to maybe schedule them. If they love being there every week, sure, that's great. You know, you can have them be there every week. That's great. It's wonderful. It's so sweet of them, right? You don't want to burn them out though. Make sure you have those conversations often. I'll talk about that in another video. But you want utility players to be the people that aren't necessarily in charge of a room or a group or a class, right? If you can, if it's at all possible, if you have enough people on your team, you pull the people out who are the utility players out of a technical position, and you let them be the people that come and they're extra. They're the utility players on a Sunday. Always. You always have one or two of those for every service that you do. Because if you have someone that has to call in, if you have someone that's unable to be there, that's the person that you can trust and you know they're going to do a great job and they're going to love it with all their heart and they're going to have a good attitude about it. That's the person that you bring in. They're the person that you let go into that classroom, right? And guess what? Bonus, if you don't need them to even fill in. The great part about that is they get to go around and they get to just build relationships, just like you do as a kids director, kids pastor. They get to just kind of hang out with people. They can go in and kind of sub in and help out, and they can relieve someone for a bathroom break, or they can change a diaper here or there, or they can go and help kids walk in the line somewhere, or whatever. Your utility player is going to be that person that's going to jump in wherever. And that person's going to be like your right-hand person in some ways. So treat them well, bring them in. Utility players are so important, but you got to watch for them. It takes a long time to build a utility player. You can see them develop and grow into that. And what you do is you bring in new team members to take over their positions, and then you elevate their position to a position that you can use as a utility player, someone that can just jump in wherever. Utility players are great. Always watch out for them. They're those people that love you, love the ministry, have the passion, and they can go anywhere. And it's so much fun to be friends with them and hang out with them and share all the awesome experiences you had that week. So anyway, you're going to need some utility players for your ministry. Look out for those. Anyway, if you found this helpful, please send this on to someone else, and I'll see you next time.